We are the Phillips Brothers. Thank you. There's been a little bit of an issue, though. We wrote our whole speech about intimacy, and that was covered by our grandma. She read our speech during the ceremony. We're gonna have to improvise. Thanks, Dave. We are a bit nervous about giving this best man speech. You know, this is the first Phillips wedding, but there are 5 of us Phillips brothers, so hopefully by the time Charlie gets married, we'll have this thing down to a science. One amazing thing about Jeff in this wedding is that he didn't pick a best man. We're all his groomsmen, although Jeff, I think I know who you really wanted. We're not competitive or anything. But part of this wedding, Jeff asked us to buy these khaki-colored suits, which is great for the next time the 5 of us have to go to the Kentucky Derby. We're going to be well prepared. All right, as the first and most important best man, I would like to start this off by thanking the Schaefers.
Yeah.
To Janice, Ron, Ronnie, the Ronimal. We're thrilled to be here celebrating this marriage with you wonderful people.
Thank you, Dave. Everyone, Eric Phillips in his rookie debut as a co-groomsman.
You're welcome.
Anyways, I want to just extend and expand on what Eric said about the Schaefer family. They've been lovely to us, you know, for a long period of time, but I want to especially thank Chris, David, and Danny. We couldn't be more excited to have 3 more brothers in the clan. The one thing we needed was more brothers. So I'm very, very excited. And also, you know, now that Eric's mentioned it, you know, I actually don't think Jeff was that excited about you being like the main man. I just want to point out that I stood next to Jeff. We were co-best men, but I stood next to Jeff. I had all the rings. I mean, you hold on. You only had the rings because you probably insured it. If you would have known you called yourself the Lord of the Rings the whole weekend, you would have given it to me for sure. In addition to thanking the Schaefers, I think it's important to point out that my co-best men failed to thank my mom, Roger, Dad, and Annie for everything they've done to make this weekend possible. Without their support, generosity, none of this could happen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, now to Lisa. Please raise your glass to the first Phillips sister. Having only had brothers for the past 30 years, I have a lot of questions for you.
All right, hold on a second. You have questions? I'm a freshman in high school. Jeff, I'm lucky to have you as an older brother, and while I haven't had as many experiences as these co-best men, I just want you to know that I'm just so honored and grateful to be here as a groomsman in your wedding, and I just want you two to know, Jeff and Lisa, that I could not be more proud of you.
Wait, hold on. Jeff and Lisa, I am the most proud of you. You see, the first time Jeff and I really connected was July 1998. It was the weekend Lethal Weapon 4 came out. You see, Jeff had been caught. Jeff was hanging out with his pal Ron John. You know what I'm talking about, Ronnie? Different Ronnie. Part of Jeff's punishment was taking his schlocky 10-year-old brother to see what will arguably go down as the greatest buddy cop action comedy of the 1990s. Little did we know that that one outing would be the start of a relationship that transcends brotherhood, but a true kinship built on trust, laughter, and a constant allegiance to each other. Much like the relationship of Riggs and Murtaugh, portrayed by Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon 4.
Oh,
Eric, I'm very proud of you. Lethal Weapon 4, 1998. Let me take you back a decade and a half earlier to the 80s when Jeff and I were hanging out. Jeff was the bull, and I was Judge Harry T. Stone, watching a great show that we called Night Court. That's best man stuff right there. Jeff and I were roommates for 15 years plus. Sanibel, obviously Holmes, Schroeder. So, Lisa, I feel like as Jeff's longest tenured roommate and real best man, I have the most great advice for you here. I want to tap in to this depthful roommate experience and give you a tip about living with Jeff. So, in addition to Jeff's snoring like a train, actually very similar to the Amtrak that passes the Fest Parkway every 15 minutes. Eric Phillips, citation. Jeff talks in his sleep. And I'm not talking about occasional words. I'm not talking about sentences. I'm talking full paragraphs, deep thoughts. He's like Phil Jackson, zen when he's sleeping. So my advice is don't ignore this. Take notes. Listen. Little known fact, the main reason I quit practicing law and joined my dad in insurance is because one night in Sanibel, when Jeff was sleeping, he told me to.
Whoa, Charlie. So basically what we gather from what you just said, your best memories with Jeff was when he was asleep. Jeff and I have experienced a much deeper, more meaningful things than just sleep talking. We've traveled to different continents together, toured the world's finest museums, and sampled ethnic cuisines, although most of them were local Subway franchises. And karaoke. If you know Jeff and you've gone out with Jeff, you know there's a good chance you've seen him doing his absurd head bob dance move while singing some songs in Spanish. Estoy aquí queriéndote, pagando entre fotos, tuteros, entre cosas que no puedo comprender.
Whoa, shut up! Jeff, Spanish. Yo estoy muy feliz porque beber cerveza en la cuidad y welcome and...
Great Spanish, Andrew. Speaking of communication, I've lived with Jeff for so long that I can communicate with Jeff without even words, just with looks.
Wait, hold on. Jeff.
Jeff.
I agree. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. Sing along! We all have sorrows, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Where were you 5 minutes ago, man?
Sing it.
You just call on the brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
Another hands for the Phillips Brothers. They'll be appearing in Vegas next week.